We good? All right, Shalom, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone Church of Birmingham, Alabama. As always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakam, yeah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that would be the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. I also want to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I also want to say Shalom to you brothers out there that's laboring in His work, continually pushing out this gospel in all truth, faith, and sincerity, as well as you believers out there, the Akim and the Akhwaf, which consists of you brothers and sisters that subscribe to the truth as well. So we back out here once again. You know, the prophesied the downfall and collapse of this place, America, also known as Babylon the Great, man. And, you know, you have people out there, right? They want to see a sign. Now, I'm talking about those most so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because by default, you somewhat of a spiritual people, so to speak. You know, you have this zeal for your power, but not according to knowledge. Matter of fact, give me that real quick. What's that, zeal, but not according to knowledge? Romans the 10th chapter. Let's get that real quick. Because our people, you know, they have this zeal, you know, your grandma slipping across the kitchen, you know, with slippers on, him and old Negro spirituals. Whenever you get locked up, first thing you do is, you know, the police get behind you, poke God, you know. Then you go to jail, you know, somebody go to prison, they get into the Bible, you know what I'm saying? That's because it resonates in your spirit. Somewhere deep down, you know that there's a higher power, man. But your zeal is not in harmony with the scriptures, which the scriptures pretty much embodies wisdom. See? Go ahead and get this real quick.
Now, this is Romans 10:2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal.
Yeah, they have a zeal. Go ahead.
That they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
But not according to knowledge. So with that said, our people is actually, their antennas up. They know that there's something going on, you know? And they actually look for signs and wonders. Lord, please give me a sign. You know, even if it's something, Lord, give me a sign that I'm going to pay this power with, you know? Yes, they looking for signs, man. But guess what? One of the major signs that's being presented to you is the fact that you have men out on the highways and byways pushing forth the gospel, man, and teaching His word with authority. This is a major sign. You got to read that? Yeah, give me that.
St. Matthew 16 and 4.
Hey, matter of fact, jump up to the top of it. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Yeah.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
What people are these the Lord talking about? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. And what's the catalyst for them being destroyed? Their lack of knowledge. See, this thing is all about wisdom, or the lack thereof. And what's the scripture in contrast to that? Give me Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 28. Because on the one hand, the Lord said, look, His people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. On the other hand, when you read this,
this is Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 28. For the Most High loveth none, but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
So this thing is all about wisdom, man. It's about the inner man. You see? So now, give me what you got.
All right, this is St. Matthew chapter 16 and verse 1. It says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting, desiring Him that He would shoot them a sign from heaven.
Right, and that's the spirit that's on our people to this very day. They want us to show them a sign. Hey, even if it's something as subtle as Jake asking you, do you have a school? Hey, you know, we didn't experience that. You know, Jake come up and they act like they're inquiring of the Most High. Then the first thing they ask, well, do you have a school or anywhere we can study? Well, in a roundabout way, they want to see some tangible. They want to see some physical evidence, you know, to validate or solidify us coming in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Verse 3, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering.
Yeah, see?
O ye hypocrites.
So what is the Lord saying? All right, you can discern when the weather, when it's about to rain, you know? You can tell when it's going to be a rainy, a day. You can tell when, it's your cue to grab your umbrella. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
It says, O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but cannot discern the signs of the time.
Right, you can't discern the signs of the times, man. And what's one of the signs of the times? What's one of the major prophecies, man? The fact that the Lord will raise up his men. You know? Read that again.
All right. It says, St. Matthew 16:3, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites.
Right, you hypocrites. Go ahead.
Ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye discern the signs of the time?
Yep. You cannot discern the signs of the times, man. Here it is. You see us out here teaching his word, pushing forth this gospel. Hey, not only that, but you see the economy faltering. You see it dwindling. You see the so-called white man and his grip on power. He's losing that grip on power. You see what I'm saying? All right, you see, for an example, the very America as you once knew it, the landscape of this place has changed drastically and dramatically, man. You no longer have the liberty going to damn happy hour, man. Right. Or going out to eat, going to Applebee's, going Sunday dinner out, taking the family out, going to the movies, enjoying the luxuries that come along with America. That in itself is a sign right there, man. You mean to tell me you can't see that this place is out of here? See? That's because you lack discernment. All right, go ahead.
2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works.
Right, go ahead.
And
endings, go ahead.
And effects and signs.
Yeah, read that again.
It says, even so, the times also of the highest
go ahead.
have plain beginnings.
Go ahead.
And wonder and powerful works.
Yep.
And endings.
And
effects and signs.
And signs, man. So you see where endings is in the same breath with signs. All right, whenever you come to the end of anything, there's a sign to indicate that. Even if you're on a damn road, it says dead end, man. There's a sign that'll tell you where you headed, man. It'll tell you that you're at the end of that road. Matter of fact, give me 2 Ezra the 9th chapter real quick. That what you at? Okay, start at the top. No, matter of fact, just go to the point, verse 5.
2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. But like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end.
Right, so the scriptures say, like as all that's made in the world have a beginning and an ending, man. I mean, that's on every level, man. Your food, you got a born on, you got an expiration date. It has a beginning and an ending. This place America, it has a beginning date, which was what, 1776?
Right.
Now, this place is coming to its end. Go ahead.
And the end is made manifest.
See, and the end is made manifest. When you go into that word manifest, it translates to make obvious or make clear. So whenever you come to the end or whatever, it makes itself manifest. Whenever you're at the end of the road concerning your car, that car makes itself manifest. Oh shit, the motor knocked. When you're in a relationship with a woman, that end, you coming to the end of that relationship, it makes itself manifest. You're at the end of your run at your job. It makes itself manifest. That way people start looking for another gig, man. Because they know they're at the end. All right? Yeah, go ahead and get what you got.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in the spirit.
Yeah. So better is the end of a thing. All right? So we know that this is the end and this is better for us. Why? Because we know that this is pretty much the beginning of a vast future for us, man. All right, now give me what you got real quick.
This Deuteronomy 32 and 28. But they are a nation void of counsel. Neither is there any understanding in them.
Right, that's dealing with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are void of counsel, man. That's why when you read Proverbs, the first chapter, it says you have set not at all my counsel. All right? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 32 and 29. Oh, that they were wise, that they would understood this, that they would consider their latter end.
Whoa, that they would consider their latter end, man. Meaning you are oblivious that you're at the end. You don't even understand that this is the end of this society, man. This is the end of your comfort, you know? Because the end entails Yahweh Shemi outside taking out of your comfort zone. Give me that Isaiah. We're going to go back there. You got some more? We're going to go back there. But give me this real quick,
Isaiah, like Isaiah chapter 3 and 1. For behold, the Lord of hosts, who will take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stale bread.
Right, and that staff symbolizes what? Your comfort zone. So this is one of the things that's going to take place at the end of your run. All right. Matter of fact, give me Ezekiel the 7th chapter and start at the top. Yeah, go ahead. Hey, the party is over, man. Hey, you know, like somebody they have a party and the cops show up to break it up. Or, you know, like, you know, when you go out to the park, you know, they call it parking lot pimping. You go out to the park, you know, night river. Then what hell, man? Cops come and break it up. Nothing lasts forever. That little euphoria that you felt, it gets broken up, man. The only thing that's going to be forever, the only thing that's promised eternity is the kingdom, man. So why would you even put your stock into anything else, man? That's the only thing that the Lord has stamped and made, you know, officially something that's going to have longevity, man. You know, that's going to have any substance to it. Everything else is vanity, man. All right, go ahead,
Back again. Deuteronomy 32 and 28. For there are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Deuteronomy 32 and 29.
People have, you know what I'm saying, a board of counsel, man. A board of the real counsel, starting with the apostles and the elders. All right, so what's the penalty for that? This is Proverbs 11 and 14, where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. All right, so the people fall because they don't hearken to the real counsel. They don't hearken to the men that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with through Yahweh Shai, which is the apostles and the elders. All right, so the penalty is the people fall. And we're living in the times where the people are finna fall, man. 2/3 of our people. But those that hearken unto counsel, which is us, we're taking that protective covering, man. All right, such as our forefather Job had. All right, why? Because we're not following our own ways, man. We're hearkening unto wise counsel. The scripture says, in the multitude of counselors is safety.
Safety, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because that's almost like when you consider sheep, the dynamic of a sheep and a shepherd. Man, if there's no shepherd there, then it's going to be a feed frenzy on those sheep, man. The beasts of the field are going to have a field day on the sheep. What keeps them protected? The shepherd. And what do the shepherds use to protect them? The staff. And that staff is symbolic to this word, man. Why? Because that staff keeps you in line. You know, that shepherd, you know, protected. Keeps you in line with this shepherd. You know? It keeps you in line. So without counsel, then you're going to fall, man. And that's been the story of our people going all the way back ever since you stepped land here on this soil here in America and even beyond that. Anybody that didn't hearken to the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai was destroyed. Whenever the Lord sent his prophet. Matter of fact, give me that in a Second Chronicles. 36. And somebody give me Second Chronicles 2 and 20. No, what it is? Second Chronicles 20 and 20. Yeah. Now give me the 36. You got some? Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 46 and 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, things that are not yet done. Saying, my counsel shall stand.
My counsel shall stand, man. All right? Meaning the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is the only stronghold. That's the only surety. Everything else is just is faulty, man. It has no foundation to it. You can't put stock into nothing else outside of the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Finish it off, and I will do all my pleasure.
And we'll do all my pleasure. All right? So now give me this.
Yeah, this is 2 Chronicles chapter 36, 15. And the Lord power of their fathers sent them by his messengers
Yeah, sent them by his messengers. Go ahead.
Rising up betimes.
Go ahead.
And sending who? Because he had compassion on his people.
See, because he had compassion on his people. Go ahead.
And on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High.
Yep, they mocked the messengers of the Most High. And what was the messengers? What message was he carrying? The doctrine of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Right. The rules, regulations, you know, of Yahweh Shemel Shah. See, go ahead.
He said, but they mocked the message.
See, this thing is about restrictions, man. And see, Jake hates restrictions. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It said, but they mocked the messages of the Most High.
Right, but they mocked the messages of the Most High. Okay? Go ahead.
And despise his words.
And despise his words. Because again, why? The words of Yahweh Shemel Shah captures the very essence of restrictions, man.
Right.
The Lord tell you can't eat pork anymore. The Lord tell you can't commit adultery anymore, man. All right? The Lord tell you can't bear false witness, you know, and to be a nigga anymore, man.
Right.
So what happens? By instinct, our people come up against that. See? Go ahead.
It says, and despised his words and misused his prophets.
Right, and misused his prophets, man. Go ahead.
Until the wrath of the Lord.
Oh, see, that's what I brought out. That's the penalty, man. Until the wrath, go ahead.
It said, until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people.
Right, until the wrath of the Lord rose against his people, man. So that's the penalty. Hey, Shalom, hey, Shalom, hey.
I'm gonna get in there in a minute.
Shalom. Shalom, man. Yeah, so that's the penalty, man. Okay? Whenever you come up against the order, all right, the decree of Yahweh Shemel Shah, then that's going to be penalty for that. So yeah, that's a penalty, man. Hey, yes, you see, we got the brothers, man. Brothers, man. ATL came down to break bread with us. You know. Matter of fact, hey, what we're gonna do? We're gonna set up another camp. I'll just set up over here. Hey, Taiwan, whoever you want to sit over there with my shop, we're gonna set up another camp. Okay. You know. So yeah, let's read this again.
God, this Ezekiel 30, it's like the 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. And the Lord power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers.
Right.
Rising up.
Yeah, sent to him by his messengers, man. Hey, let's say, hey, look, man. Whenever, let's say, being in this society right here, whenever the powers that be send out a message, whether it's in the form of whatever decree, right? You got to honor that, man. You can't come up against that. There's a penalty for that, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes, and sending, because he had compassion on his people.
Go ahead.
And on his dwelling place.
And that proves right there that this word is the bridge to your salvation. All right, the Lord having compassion on you, what it prompted him to do? To send forth his word, man. Pursuant to the book of James, the 1st chapter, and the 21st verse. You know? Hey, come on, y'all come around this way. Hey, Shalom, out. Shalom. Hey, some of y'all brothers come around this way. Yep. Go ahead, continue.
2 Chronicles 36 and 16.
Go ahead.
2 Chronicles 36 and 16. It says, but they mocked the messengers of the Most High.
Yep.
And despised his word.
Yeah, and despised his word, man. There's always been an offense against Israel. They despise his word, you know? And again, that comes from Israel not being willing to accept restrictions, man. Hey, whenever you have a Lord over you, there's rules, man. Especially when you come into this gathering. When you come into this house, this arena, that's actually rules. It's a such thing as house rules. You don't go to somebody's house and kick up your feet, your timbo on the couch. You know what I mean? They wake up. You know what I mean? You got the PlayStation playing loud. You know what I mean? It's rules, man. There's a certain etiquette that comes going to any arena.
Right.
All right? And this whole existence itself is your house by Shemel Shah, right? You know? Go ahead.
God, verse 16, it says, but they
There's something else out there. One of them had a fist up waiting on me. Hey, you can get it from me. 2 Chronicles 20. Go ahead.
God, it says, they mocked the messengers of the Most High,
right, and misused his prophets.
Until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people.
So that's dependent, man. This is not something you can just, you know, I respectfully agree to disagree. You know, I'm going to be neutral on this one. And I got to wait. You believe it's wrong. No, man. This is an order, man. This word is a decree. This is a decree right here. That's right. You know? All right. That was it on that?
Yeah, I'm finishing up. It says, it said,
enjoy to the end. You know what I mean?
Until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people. Until there was no remedy.
Until there was no remedy, man. All right, so you
and this is 2 Chronicles 20 and 20. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth...
Yeah, and everything's spiritual. All right, the scripture has a duality to it. It has carnality, physicality to it. It actually happens. Oh, that's like when you read Luke the 7th chapter, where it talks about the woman who came in crying to your house. Now that's somebody to the elect, man. Why? Because it said she kissed. He said, you didn't give me a kiss, right? But when you read Psalm the 2nd chapter, what it say? Kiss the son, man. See what I'm saying? So that woman, it actually happened. It was an account. But the duality of it, the spirit of it, that's somebody to the elect. So what we read right here is somebody to know. The Lord did raise us up, and now we are in the wilderness, man. Because the wilderness symbolizes the slave of Israel. You are lacking, destitute of food, bread, and water, man. See? So we rose up, it's on to what? Ezekiel the 37th chapter, Revelation the 11th chapter. The Lord rose us up, right? And we sent out to you damn desert, you know?
Yeah.
You people out here. See, but what happened? Go ahead.
It says, and they went forth. Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Yep.
Believe in the Lord your power, so shall ye be established.
See, so that's the thing. That, you know, this is your welfare. To believe in Yahweh Shema Shah, but he's going to show you how you believe in him. Go ahead.
Believe in his prophets.
See, believe in his prophets, man. So we are an extension of the Lord. Absolutely. Hey, that's just like, man, we always have to use the example, man, the power of God come, the guys come to disconnect your services. You know, you gotta show that dude a certain level of respect, man. Because he's coming up on behalf of the, you know, you can see, of the company, man, of the powers that be, man. You might get an attitude with him. You might feel as if he's insignificant. You know, a lot of jakes, I want to talk to the boss. No, man.
Oh, yeah, that's real.
Yeah, you talking to the boss, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 3 and 15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Right, so it's going to be some men to lead you, man. And guess who those men are? They're the prophets, man. And we the very prophets that was back in the ancient world. The Lord is not going to stray away from how he's going about his business, because the Lord is perfect. The Lord ain't going to compromise. You know what? I just raised up just a random guy to be my prophet. No, we're in a time of prophecy, so this is the time where the prophet is going to emerge. Yep, y'all got something?
So, Sirach chapter 10, verse 23. It is not me to despise the poor man that have understanding.
Hey, that's what you do, man. Because we don't appear to have any power. You know, this society teaches you to have a carnal outlook on things.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to see tangible things. You got to see somebody, you know, if it's something that's sort of them having a nice whip, a nice house, then guess what? You're willing to hearken. You know, you're willing to hearken to that man.
That's right.
You know, as opposed to someone that look like they have no strength. But see, that's the snare of Yahweh Shema Shah right there, man.
Yeah, it's a scripture. Yeah, it's a
That's
trap.
the snare. That's the
Hey,
trap.
it's a scripture that say when a rich man speaketh, they extol it to the clouds.
Yeah, well,
But then when a poor man speaketh, they say, what fellow is this?
What man,
And that's us.
That's us.
We despise we the poor of the world, but guess what? We have the riches of heaven. So we really rich down here, and y'all poor. But we poor in y'all eyes. And rich in the eyes of Yahweh Shema. That's right. You know?
Yeah, because it's like a parallel of two worlds, spiritual and carnal. What you see is carnal, you know, but what we have is spiritual, you know.
Yeah, this is about 4 and 8. Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer with meekness.
Yeah, let it not grieve you, and this is grievous unto you again, because that's not easy on the ear, right? for somebody who seems like they have no status to come and tell you what to do. That's not easy on the ear. You'd rather hear that from someone you might perceive to be well off, if you will. You know? So again, that's the snare of your how about you outside. The Lord let hey, give you the best example I can give you, right? To simplify this, right? If you got a woman, right, and you got everything in your favor, you got a nice crib, car, you might send a limo to pick this woman up, rose petals, take her to a 5-star hotel, for choice drink, choice meat, right? And hey, it's up for debate. Is that woman is really for you, man? That's real. That's debatable. Because hey, look at the things you're giving versus a guy that might pull up on a bike. You ain't got, you know, and she rolling with you. You know, surely this woman is with you. And that's how you how about you now shot tested the metal of Israel. Absolutely. That's why, matter of fact, give me Matthew 21:9. Somebody give me that real quick, and give me Zechariah 9:9. This is how the Lord extended himself to Israel, man, because he know how much of phonies you are down there.
So Matthew chapter 21, verse 9. And the multitudes that went before and that followed cried, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest.
Yeah, see that? Go ahead.
Verse 10. And when he was come into Jerusalem.
Oh, matter of fact, like jump into the 5th verse now.
Okay.
So right there, that was the multitude was that symbolic to the elect. Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, everybody that hates Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago. That was men and women that loved his appearance, man.
It was.
You know?
There was a lot of men and women. Because it was commonly known amongst the Jews that a prophet was going to come. And when that sign was given in the heavens, you know, a lot of people believed on Yahweh Shai. It was just the wicked that didn't believe on Yahweh Shai, man. But it was a lot of believers, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, real quick, I think you said that St. John 7 and started at 39. Yeah, we're gonna go back to that. Because you just made a good point. Them prophets, I mean, the men back then, they knew, they was reading out the Old Testament, they knew that there was a foretold of a prophet to come.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to read right here. I think that's St. John 7, start at 39.
This is St. John chapter 7, verse 39. Let me start from 38.
Yes, start at 38.
Verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Right, that's what you're witnessing right now. Hold your peace for a second. Go ahead. Oh, you said hold your peace.
39. But this spake he of the Spirit, which they that believe on him should receive.
Right. Go ahead.
For the Holy Spirit was not yet given.
Really?
Because that Yahweh Shai was not yet glorified.
Go ahead.
Verse 40. Many of the people, therefore, when they heard this saying, said, of a truth, this is the prophet.
See, so back then they knew that there was a prophet coming. You know? So, now when you go, now let's go back to what we was at.
Matthew chapter 21, verse 5. Says, tell ye the daughter of Zion.
Right, with the daughter of Zion. That's symbolic to us even to this very day. The daughter is what comes after you, man. This the time promised where Yahweh Shai was going to extend a peace offering to us, man. Hey, man, when you really look at this thing, man, you lock in, man, this is a monumental moment, man.
It is.
The Lord put us off, cast us off, man.
Well, not to cut you off, this is the heaviest sign that the Lord was going to give to Israel in these times, man. The sign of the prophet.
Hey, that's the spirit. We're just going into that.
Hey, that's good. Yeah, because like what the scriptures say, these people seeking for a sign. Yeah. Let's say they shall not find one except for what? For the sign of the prophet Jonah.
Man,
so they looking for the. They call all y'all by Shema. Hey, that's how you know we one spirit. That's how you know we one spirit.
That's what we
what I was saying was this right here is the biggest sign that the Lord was going to give in the last days, was the sign of the prophets. So a lot of people, you can't even see that this is a living prophecy happening right in front of your eyes.
Right.
This is a prophecy unfolding. We out here in straight up chaos and turmoil in the world, and we still out here declaring the names of Yahweh Shai. That's a sign, man. That's a sign.
And our people, they look for a sign. They seek after a sign. The Lord suddenly brought a sign. And that's how the Lord worked, man. Remember when the Lord, Yahweh Shai, entered into the temple? He suddenly appeared, man. He came as a little boy, man. You weren't expecting that. You know?
He was teaching doctrines.
He was teaching doctrines, man. so the Lord suddenly appeared upon his people. That was fulfillment of Malachi 3rd chapter. So the one who you see after he should suddenly appear into his temple. You know? So, oh yeah, real quick, give what you got. 1 Corinthians 4 and after.
This is 1 Corinthians.
Go ahead. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 9. And it reads, it says, "For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world."
Man. So like the ox said, we are a spectacle. With the spectacle goes into a gaze. Yeah, visual. Yeah, something to gaze at, you know. We are entertainment pretty much. See how people, that's the spirit. The dude just got his eyes fixed on us. Because this is a sign in itself.
Yep.
It says, go ahead.
And to angels and unto men.
And angels and unto men. Okay.
What this guy here rally cry is, we keep hollering about prophecy, prophets, but we ain't prophesying. That's what you said, right?
You're going to be disciples to the truth. Stop trying to decipher the teaching and deliver the message.
Well, I tell you what, you go over there and you show us how it's done. Hey, I tell you what, go over there and you show us how it's done. Right. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Hey, thank you then. Thank you, brother. All right. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it, man. So yeah, let's go.
But hey,
you got it, brother.
Did you get that last part?
There was more on that too. Yep.
All right, I'm going to read it again from the top. 1 Corinthians 4 and 9, it says, "For I think the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death."
Now, if I may say, that's the reason why I say as it were appointed to death, is because at the last moment, that's when the Lord is going to raise up the apostles. Right. Everybody's going to know that we were the men of the Lord. Everybody don't necessarily know it now, but at the last moment, when all hell really break loose and those men start getting that power, that's when people are going to know, okay, those are the leaders of the world. See, a lot of people think that it's Creflo Dollar and T.D. Jakes and you know, Comfy and General Yohana. Because they're being set up, you know, before at the last moment, you're going to see the apostles and the elders get that magnification through the Spirit. Because they set up last to lead us, man. You know, but we see it. We already see it. But everybody else don't see it. But there's going to come a point in time where a large portion of our people is going to draw the conclusion that those are the men. They were the ones that we've been always looking for through the Spirit. You know, that's why I say that he set us up last, man. So that moment is approaching, man. Remember the scripture say, thy people shall what? Be willing in the day of thy power. When the Lord beautifies even more and gives us that power, there's going to be a gravitational pull from the Spirit towards those men. The Spirit is going to lead people to those men. You know? Go ahead, bro.
1 Thessalonians 4:15. "For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we..."
Man, can I say too, right? Like the brother was making the point. It's just like if you watch a movie, everything begins to come clear at the end.
Yep.
You can pretty much tell, okay, this is the bad guy. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, give me that Proverbs 4. Things get clear at the end. When you first wake up, right? When you first wake up, which the Lord woke us up out of deep sleep, you are groggy. But as you approach noonday, which noon is the highlight of the day, then you see things clearer, man. By 8 o'clock, you on point. You know?
Good.
Yeah, by 10 and 11, you start seeing where your day gonna go, man. Versus when they first woke you up, you was groggy, talking shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead and get this real quick.
In Proverbs 4:18, but the path of the just.
Yeah, the path of the just means this journey that we're on. What?
But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more until the perfect day.
See? So more and more it gets clearer. Just like I said, you're going to know in a minute who the men of the Lord are, man. You know, and that keeps us at bay. Because we understand that, you know, we got to endure to the end. And you notice, like, the Lord is so heavy, no matter what you think you accomplished in His truth, really, it still ain't. It ain't enough. It ain't enough.
That's why it's the mercy. That's why it's the mercy, really, that's saving us. And our part of the deal is to just have faith. But really, it's without the mercy and the grace, it wouldn't be a such thing as faith. So at the end of the day, it's still the mercies of Yahweh.
Because pretty much the Lord, you got to qualify to even have faith.
You got to qualify.
You got to qualify to hope. That shows you how bad the Lord is, man. Come on, man. That's not hope is something that anybody should have the God-given right to have. No. The Lord, you got to be given hope, man. The Lord got to actually knit it in your womb, the spirit of hope. Hey, because if you don't know what's out there, you don't know what's the hope in. You got people that's hoping to meet their grandma in heaven. Well, that's vain, man, because that's not actually that's not out there.
Right.
So the Lord, our hope has some kind of substance to it because it's a reality, you know.
Reality.
You got it.
I got another quick precept dealing with the manifestation of the end. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So even that prophecy where the apostles were set forth last, that's going to speak. It's going to speak. Just as in the times of the prophets that was before us, a lot of people drew the conclusion that they were the men of the Lord. Why? Because they had power. Okay? And it's coming, man. It's coming. You know, when Yahweh Shai really magnify his name, it's going to be done with power. He don't do nothing, no low level, nothing. Okay? When his name is magnified, it's always with power. That's why when we come out here, why we speak how we speak. Because we got to speak with power, man. We can't come out here speaking like no little church boy, man. You know? We got to come out here speaking with our chest, bold, standing strong, beards on your faces. You know? That's a sign of power. So as that power increases, it's going to speak more and more at the end who those men are, man. You know? And Esau know.
Yep.
Esau watching us, man. Yeah. We going to the gates of the nobles right now. Yeah. You need us to prophesy so you can keep up. You need us to be out here, man. That's why you ain't shut us off. Because you're trying to keep track of the prophecies so you can make your move, man. You know?
That's good.
Acts 1 and 8. But ye shall receive power. After that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
And what makes us a witness to Yahweh Shai's testimony? Because we have the prophecy. If his testimony is the spirit of prophecy, and we have that spirit, that means we're witnesses. Okay? But if you got guys out here that's saying that the mark of the beast is Christianity or that the mark of the beast is an embargo, that makes them a false witness. Okay? Because his testimony got to be true. So if you come up on the scene saying anything other than the true testimony, it makes you a false witness. Right. You see? So therefore we have the testimony of Yahweh Shai because we speaking these prophecies and they speaking, man. How many times we done went into the pestilence, man?
Right. Yeah.
4 months ago, y'all ain't even see it coming.
Yeah, real quick, before what his name? Bill Gates, man. You know that they're trying to hail this nigga as a prophet now.
Oh, man.
You know that's how they trying to spin it. Like Bill Gates, they made this proclamation that soon there will be a pestilence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, like the brother said, it's been us who's speaking it.
No, that's a good point.
I got a definition in Acts 1 and 8. The word uttermost. This is Strong's G2078. Eschatos. All right, it says eschatos. Right. Extreme, last in time or in place. Last in a series of places.
And what word is that? Uttermost?
Right.
That's a bad precept. So in the uttermost parts at the end of the world, you're gonna see the sign of the prophets get power. Hey, when that power hit, man, it's gonna change every plan that Esau thought he had, man. Yeah. That's why the scriptures say that he's gonna disappoint the devices of the crowd. You know?
It says last referring to time.
That's right. Last referring to time. So we in the last you know, we in the last seconds of the last days, man. Hey, bro, we can look up one day and just see the chariot right over how it's shouted before we know it.
Oh, well, you know what the spirit I was bringing out to the brothers, like, I mean, I ain't saying this you know, concrete in that, but that very well could be the case. I believe the chariot is just going to pop up like a light. You know, like you turn your light on.
Yeah.
Because, see, that's the spirit there. Because it's not like you're going to be like, oh, here we go.
No.
He came
like
closer.
It's gonna be like he's just going to be cruising in.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to blink. And Lord in his glory, man.
Yep, I got you.
If you look up at that, they're going to miss it. Go ahead.
Finish the definition. It says of space, the uttermost part, the end of the earth.
The end of the earth.
And what's that talking about? That's America, man.
Yep.
So that lets you know that America end is coming, man. All right? And how do we, like the scripture said, how are we able to do this? Which Acts 1 and 8 is a reincarnation scripture.
Yes,
and
it is.
That's right. And that's the prophets being, which were the disciples, which after the Holy Spirit came upon them and they received power and they became apostles, meaning they was made able ministers, all right, to go out and to heal and to actually prophesied.
But they were sent forth.
They were
That's
sent
reincarnation.
forth, man. That's reincarnation.
They were sent forth. They were thrust into this side of the world.
Right. And then it said the uttermost parts of the earth. So one more time in the definition, it says of space, the uttermost part, the end of the earth. And what is that? The fullness, which is America,
Well,
man.
the fatness of the earth.
The fatness of the earth,
The
which is
fullness.
America.
Yeah, when something grow out in its fullness, it rounds out.
Right.
So that's where, Oh, and then the scripture says, that's spirit too. How says, like the flesh.
Oh, yeah.
We just said it.
I got you.
Oh, that's it. Well, we got it. Then come on, man. You already know, man.
It's Matthew chapter 24.
Hey, this is how about some outside thing, man. Like I said, we just out here, man.
Yeah, we just the mouthpiece.
Yeah, we just the mouthpiece.
Matthew 24 and 27. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man
That's
be.
the comfort of the scriptures, because the brother just brought it out. That's very well the case, man. The Lord comes, blink, he's gonna just pop up.
Because when you read the scriptures and you understand prophecy, you understand that before Yahweh Shai appears over America, there's going to be a battle in the Middle East called the Battle of Armageddon, the Valley of Yahweh Shai, okay, meaning the Valley of Decision. And then after that battle, the Lord says he's going to come from where? From the east. So he's going to come from the east, zooming in from the east to deliver the elect. So it's going to be one of those things. But he ain't coming in like a just slow rolling like a cruise ship. He coming with power and great glory. He gonna come in.
You gonna feel it like
Yep. You just gonna see a big ship come in and just sit over in the skies, man. You know, and then the elect is going to be beamed up. At the same time, the Yahweh Shai is beaming up the elect. Those missiles going to be launched from the Middle East over to the side of America, man. So this is all written up in the scriptures. That's why it say he's coming from the east. You know, he coming in quick. He playing no games.
Shows like that too, man. What we believe in, what we've been called to believe, is far beyond the comprehension of the people, man.
Right. Yep.
You got to be special, man, to believe this. Do you know how weird that sounds? Spirit right there, man.
Right. That's the bell ring.
Yeah, because think about it, man. Somebody with the ill hustle understand, man. Listen, these dudes crazy, man. Yeah, they believe it.
It's preaching.
Yeah, it's through the preachers, because everything that the Lord has set up is really yeah, they talk about your kind of hope around.
Go ahead on what you're saying. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
Yeah, man, saying with all thy getting, get understanding. All right, so it steps to this thing, man. All right, first it starts off with what? The fear of the Lord.
Right.
That's what compels us to dig into the scriptures. Right. All right, you be scared as hell, still looking. You know, getting all kind of visions, and it ain't running you away. Oh, for instance, like Ezra, right? He was getting so many visions and revelations, he got sick. And he still kept asking for more. Because you know why? Because he had the fear of the Lord, man. That's the beginning step. Then fear translates over to what? Knowledge.
Yeah, can I say something too real quick?
Absolutely.
Just you said that when you feel, you keep your eye on something. You don't. Let's say if you feel a person or you spooked about a certain, you gonna keep your eye on that dude. You ain't gonna get relaxed and stuff.
That's real.
So we locked in on the Lord because of that fear, you know.
Yeah, and then that fear translates over to knowledge because now you're seeking him out. And then knowledge, it translates over to understanding because now you're able to understand what you know, which in turn is wisdom. And the wisdom is what raineth down the skill from heaven to be able to get it in like we get it in, man. It's all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that begin with the fear. So that's the first step. You got to be scared as hell, bro. You hear about, like, martial law? You got something? Yeah, you know, when you hear about martial law, you start looking up about the famine, you know, projects. Yeah, you be scared as hell, man. But when you scared, you like, I don't want this shit to happen to me. I got to get my stuff together. So then what you start doing, you start studying. You start looking. You start searching what you got to do to get motivated. Yep. And then after you find out what you got to do, what you do. You take action. I got to join the camp. I got to get out there and do what I got to do because I'm scared. Then in turn, it turns into understanding. Now you getting a little more ease now because you understand what's going on.
Because that's the only thing the executives, you know, they get like some kind of letter in the mail. Jake ain't read in their life. Jake see that crazy probation officer. It compels them to sit down and understand it. You know?
Put the glasses on.
Jake gonna understand that. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You bring understanding.
That's the cycle. But then that understanding brings forth wisdom, which wisdom means what? Prudence, shrewdness, or subtlety or skill.
Yep,
Wisdom, because for instance, I'm gonna give you an analogy, right? What separated Michael Jordan from the rest of the players in the league? He had skill, he had wisdom of the game. Now you got sports analysts, right? They know the game. They could break it down top to bottom, put a basketball in their hand. What can they do? Because they don't have no wisdom of the game. They just know it. You know? So the wisdom, like it tells us in Sirach 1:19, it says wisdom raineth down skill. So to be able to move in Babylon, that's your skill in the spirit. That's your gift.
Hey, can I say something too, man? We was given wisdom for it to be applied.
That's right.
Like you can't say, you know what, the Lord, you can't tempt and provoke the Lord. Cop pull you up, say, give me a precept, and the cop blow you away. The wisdom was given to you to navigate, like I said, navigate through the pitfalls.
That's right.
That's what's going to really preserve you.
Yep. That's what preserves you. That wisdom.
We was given, equipped with that natural, that necessary attribute.
Well, that's what gives us salt. You know, wisdom. That's why we the salt of the earth. Because the wisdom we apply. Now, what does salt do to flesh? It preserves it. Just as wisdom preserves our spirit.
That's true.
You know, it's a help me.
It's true.
It's a woman.
It preserves.
You know, you got something here.
So, Sirach 19 and 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to being accepted of Him.
See that? That's a good scripture. It says the fear of the Lord is the first step of being accepted, man. When the Lord check your spirit and be like, yeah, he's scared, he can navigate you, man. He can maneuver you, man. You know, he can set you up to do what he wants you to do. That's why we his woman.
Right.
Because we scared as hell.
Right.
Scared as hell, bro. So he can, if you got somebody spooked, you can do whatever you want to do with that person. They controllable. That's why you have certain people in these certain neighborhoods that got a lot of fear. What they do, they extort people. But they can do whatever the hell they want to do in their neighborhoods. But see, what the Lord does is he puts righteous fear in us and makes us do righteous things, man. You know? I'm going to let him finish the album.
It says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to being accepted of Him, in wisdom obtaining His love.
That's right. That wisdom, man. You know, which is a very, very important thing. It's quintessential to have in these times, man. You know, because it's going to be applied. And through that wisdom, the application of it is going to equate to heavenly power, man. And that wisdom is what's going to give us power.
Yeah. You know what? We actually got the spiritual power now.
Right.
Think about it.
That's right.
It's this word, you know. Because the word is a seed. You know, when you think about all the works of the Lord, it don't just sporadically, like you don't plant a seed and just a mulberry tree pop up out the ground.
The next day.
It's a process. So we got the word, and as this word continues to cultivate, this word going to actually grow. You got that's it.
I don't know if you want to be thinking about, but Micah 3 and 8. But truly,
well, that's it. Hey, give me Matthew 13 chapter. That's beautiful right there.
Yep, Micah 3 and 8. But truly, I am full of power.
See, but truly, I am full of power. See, and it's going to show you what. You know what's going to be the testament that we have power? Continue to read on.
Yep. By the Spirit of the Lord, and of judgment and of might, to declare unto Jacob his transgression.
So the mere fact that we have declaring unto Jacob their transgression, that's a signal that we got that power. You know what I mean? So we got the power, but the power is in the form of the word. You know?
And to Israel his sin.
Right, so we the only ones out there that's just telling you straight up and down, look, you're going off, you got to stop reporting, you got to quit your adultery, you got to stray away from these false gods, these idols, you got to return to your power, at least you're going to be destroyed. That's showing you that, right, we have that power. Right? So when you get this right here, and the seed, the word is the seed, Matthew 13. You got it, bro.
That's why when, Jake coming to the truth, they want to tell everybody, they want to curse everybody out. You feel a sense of like, you feel basically, you feel like liberated. You got that certain energy, but over time, become more seasoned, you learn to pace it out. When you first come in, you got that zeal. You know what I'm saying?
So the word is the seed. Now when you consider a seed doesn't stay the same forever. What happens with a seed? It actually grows. So when you consider like you was a seed. Your flesh, you was an actual seed. You was in the womb, Yeah, what happens? Who are living and talking power. But guess what? In the spirit, that's going to happen to us. What word is going to grow out into a power. And guess what? It ain't going to just stop in the time of Jacob's trouble. This is going to spill all the way over to the kingdom because we're going to get those new bodies to kind of house, that spirit.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah. And this is going to be an everlasting salvation, man. That's why when you read Isaiah the 45th chapter, it tells you how the Lord shall save Israel with an everlasting world without end. Yep. All right? So we're going to have that power going to be shown on this episode. So you got
St. Luke chapter 8.
Yeah, but get this too.
Okay, I can get it. All right, this is St. Luke 8 and 11. Mm-hmm. Now the parable is this. The seed is the word that goes out.
The seed is the word. So why is the seed and the word in the same breath? Because that's the beginning stage. You get this knowledge, but we ain't gonna just stay on the level of, hey, give me a precept. No, this thing we're gonna morph into supermen, and beyond. All right, you got this. Give me what some seed fell on.
Okay.
Good ground.
Wayside and stuff.
Get all of them. Yeah, get the whole family. We don't read it all, but we're going to.
It's Matthew chapter 13 and verse 18. It says, hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one.
See that? Go ahead.
And catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
In his heart, which is your mind. So this word has went out to everybody, man. Whether it was elusive as this guy just walked out.
Yeah.
He was here. He can't say that it wasn't him. It's hidden in plain sight. You understand that? Yet it was him. What?
Verse
and he actually heard it.
Verse 20. It says, this is he which received seed by the wayside. Mm-hmm. Yeah, meaning, if you receive seed by the wayside, that means seed just fell on the ground. It didn't even go into the earth to germinate and bring forth that fruit.
Right.
So that's just people that come out, they listen, they hear, then they see a fight or something like that or a bad chick, and then they just get caught away.
Yep.
That's the one might tell Or they might stumble on a video on YouTube and watch two minutes of it. As soon as they start getting into it, somebody call their phone. Then they just forget about it.
Yeah.
That's that seed that fall on the wayside.
And their mind, and that's their mind. Their mind is compared to the wayside.
Yep.
They don't have any nutrients. Like I said, we don't show you that. Because these different grounds that symbolize your mind.
That's right.
I got a quick definition for wayside.
Okay.
Edge of the road.
Edge of the road.
You don't touch no soil, man.
Don't touch no soil. That's what I'm saying.
It cannot take root.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a certain mind they got.
Hard.
It ain't a soft mind that can be embracing. It don't embrace the word like ground. It rejects it, man. You drop seed on it. It repels the word. Yep, go ahead.
Verse 20. But he that received the seed in stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet he have not root in himself, but dure for a while. But when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is.
Hey, now this is a good one right here, because this stony one, this is the catalyst for a lot of chicks. Because by default, when you come into America, man, anybody that's been brought up here in America, you feel this overwhelming pressure of being successful, man.
Yep.
That's one of the biggest hurdles and stumbling blocks for anybody to come into this truth, man. Because by default, whether it's fair or not, you need things in this world. You've been behind the 8 ball so much. You got off the top. You came out of the gates late, so to speak. So you feel compelled to go hard body. So once you present it with this word, and it tells you pretty much you got to fall back now. Man, you got to have this. The Spirit of the Lord got to be with you, man.
Yep. The cares of the world is one of the major choking points of the man that comes to the truth. And also persecution and tribulation. A lot of people don't want to be persecuted for the Lord because of that honey. They drunk off that honey. That's why the scriptures say, eat honey that's sufficient for them. Roughly paraphrasing, because you could eat too much honey, and you could really mess yourself up.
Well, a baby can't eat honey. A baby will die. You give a baby honey, they die.
They'll die. You know, because you know. So the thing is, you know, you got to have a balance. You got to like the brother was speaking about earlier. It's about duality. You got to get the good with the bad. All right, you got to, you know, you feel good that you're an Israelite and you from this tribe, and you know that the Yahweh Shema Shai is coming back to save you. But also, you got to entertain the option that you might get arrested. You know, you got to entertain the option that your woman might leave. Okay, you got to entertain the option that the world gonna hate you. That you know, you could be your head could be chopped off. You know, these are the things that you also got to consider. Therefore, you can cope with it better when it becomes a reality. But if you come into that stony ground, after a while, bro, certain things start hitting you. That wind come, you just get uprooted. That wind come because the rocks wouldn't allow you, the stony places wouldn't allow you to settle the roots in, man. You know, so when that wind come, it pull you right on out, man. But that's why we got the scripture saying in Colossians 2:7, it says rooted and established in the faith. Faith is our establishment, man. You gotta believe, bro. You got to believe, you know.
I got the definition of stony ground. This is stony ground in the Strong's G4075 Petrodace, and it says stony, slocky, rocky, stony, of ground full of rock. All right, so there is no soil. Oh, Salaki, there's no soil for the seed to take root. And that soil represents your mind, man.
Think about a plant on a mountain.
Right.
The plant ain't gonna be up there that long. You know, soon as a little wind or a little water come running down, that plant coming with it, because the rock won't allow those plants to dig into some soil to get a proper rooting system, man. You know, so these are the things. This is why the scripture say we got to count the cost, whether you have sufficient enough to finish it, man. You know, because things gonna get real, man. Things gonna get real, man. But that's where the faith of the elect is gonna be tried, and through that faith, the trial of our faith, we're gonna be brought into a level of heavenly power that the world don't even know. You know, because like I be talking with the bros, right? Now, you know, we so-called in the information age, right? So you can talk to a lot of these people about the microchip. You can talk to people about Bill Gates and population control, chemtrails. That's like common speech when you talk to people, right? Yeah. But one thing you can't talk to the average person out here about is spiritual power. Yeah. They don't even know that that's a thing. Yeah. You know? They don't even know that there's certain men walking around the earth that's getting ready to be full of power. They have no idea that that's getting ready to happen. But you can talk about the chip, World War III, and the pestilence, and population control, the Illuminati.
That's they silly.
But see, the spiritual aspect, where the Lord gonna catch a lot of people off guard is when the Lord start flooding the elect with power. That's gonna throw a monkey wrench in it because don't nobody know this. This is a mystery.
Proverbs 28:5. It says, "Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seeketh the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, understand all things."
Absolutely. And this is running full circle to that parable of the sower. You know, understanding that, you know, you got to have a proper rooting in this thing, man. Because things happen. You know, the apostles and elders, they've been endured for decades, man. And why is that? Because they've been rooting themselves in the Holy Spirit, man. Through faith. They believe, man. You know, so we're going to go into a time where our faith is going to be tried. But it said, know this, that the trial of thy faith is much more precious than gold that perishes. You see that? So we're going to be made more perfect in faith, and through that perfection in faith, brothers are going to be able to do miracles, wonders, and powers, and that's going to lead a flock of believers into Yahweh Shai, man. That's what's getting ready to happen. We in that stage of the movie, chat.
Right. Got one for y'all.
God, this is Romans 1:17. Romans 1:17. It says, "For therein is the righteousness of the Most High, reviled from faith to faith."
Yep.
As it is written, the just shall live by faith.
Hey, and that's how we operate. That's how we live. That's how we move through the faith. But that's how you come up on the level. Faith, man. From faith to faith to faith to faith to faith. And as we continue to come up on the level of faith, we're going to tap into a heavenly access point that's going to rain down skill from heaven.
Good.
That's why the scripture say wisdom raineth down skill.
But that's just like you think about athletes in sports. They start off. You know, you might start off on the ball, you might start off in your room. You know, shooting the damn pole and you go. You know, you take it to the ball. You know, you take it to the school court. You know, you might take it to college, the next level, You know,
that's how you come up on the level. What was that? That was Romans 1:17. Yep. It's revealed. That's how that righteousness is revealed.
From faith to faith. Because you got some people that have the first level of faith. Yep. They might believe, they might come out for a minute, but when they get the persecution, they then take it to the next level.
Yep. They dipped. They fled.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But see, the elect is those that was planted on that good soil, man. That good ground, man. And that word was able to properly take root in that spirit and produce what? Fruit. See? And the fruits of the spirit, we know what the fruits of the spirit is. That all comes from faith. You know, that's the beginning stages to access that fruit of the spirit. You know? And we're being made ripened through the spirit. You know? Matthew chapter 13. Let's go ahead and start at verse 22. It says, he also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
Right, so the care of this world is what's a major hurdle for Jake, man. Especially for Jake that's, you know, you're privileged, you understand, but to a certain level, you know, you have encountered, you know, this word. You know, you have been presented with this word, but you in the world. You got one foot in the world. You know, you might have aspirations to be, you know, a part of a certain field. Like, that's talking about you right now. I can continue out.
No, it says, it says, verse 23, but he that receives seed into the ground, into the good ground, is he that heareth the word.
So you see right here, all these different, what we just read, the rocky, the waste, those are different minds. Everybody ain't built the same. Everybody don't think like you, man. Right? You know what I mean? We had to have a different mind state to come out here, you know? Well,
it says, and understandeth it, which also bear fruit, and bringeth forth, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30.
Right. So, you know, you're going to have levels, because the Howard side, you can spoke about that, they gain the talent, you know? But if this something heavy, even for now, I was bringing that to me too, like 30, 60, and 90, right? It don't mean you better because you got 60. I'm going to tell you why. 60 could mean you got 60, I got 30. I need some of your 30 because you got 30. That's where it goes into that too. It ain't all, you know, if you carnal, you'll read that and the first thing jump out is the more numbers, the more off, the well you off. No, those are different levels.
That's right.
30 is a level. 60, if I got 60, I can't say, well, I got 60, so I got 230. No, that means I got 60, I need to get some of your 30. That's an element of that too. Because that's why the Lord said, matter of fact, give me that real quick. What's that, Revelation 11, just to get it. Just because, you know, I just want to get the scripture to back it up.
That's what the scripture say too. It says, gain coming through trade. Yeah. Gain coming through trade.
I know, man, this brother, he can always tell us that.
Yeah. You know? You got to trade, you got to move the things around.
Get around brothers and you trade. This is a business. You know, this is the world trade. This is the spiritual trade. All these brothers all over, you know what I mean? What? 11, I would say 11 to 18.
This Revelation 11.
I think that's it. Yeah, go ahead. Read
This Revelation 11, 18. It said, and the nations were angry. Thy wrath is come. In the time of the death they should judge. That thou shouldest give reward to thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great.
See, that's what I want. Small and great. So at the end of the day, you can't hang your hat on none of it. You know, it's just bargaining for everybody opinion. So when you look at it, the talents and the different brothers got, you might have 30, you might have the one talent or the two talent. I got 5. I need to trade with you. Because your talent is really a different talent.
It's a different talent.
It ain't really about the number. It's a different talent.
That's why the scriptures speak about not desiring the measure of another man. You're supposed to desire the spiritual gift that the man has, but don't desire the measure. Because what comes with a great measure is great responsibility. And that man's spirit may be capable of handling that measure. But yours may not. Hey, you know, well, this is some world nigga analogy. But you know how niggas used to weigh up on the scale, they make the scale break. You know?
Hey, but I got to say something too, right? Let me say something too. What the brother's saying, that applies too, though. It is number, more, but it's also a difference. It's a duality.
It's a duality.
Because, you know, brother might have more talent in numbers, but it don't mean that the brother that got less you can't get them from the brother that got less.
Right.
You know, you can still trade them. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So you had the apostles real quick to say they would be those men with like 5 talents.
Yeah.
Because they got experience, all this stuff comes with the number, you know. But then at the same time, they would actually they'll pick up some from you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, I heard the apostle actually say that.
Yeah. They watch. We all still in the phase of learning. You know, so there's measurements that was given through the dispensation of faith. That some brothers have this gift, some brothers have that gift, some brothers have that gift. But it's saying we can have all these things, but if we have not what? We have not charity. You ask nothing. So if you don't move that gift around,
you ain't out here pushing it out there.
Then you can have it all you want.
But you just sitting on it.
You just sitting on it, man. That's a good point.
You gotta have a distributor. You gotta be a distributor. Them people live out there in Cuba. All them, you know what I mean? Whatever, bitch. They can't get it over here, man. They just fuck around and cut off doctors with no socks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta be pushed out so that business can be, money can be made. Go ahead,
Just like the brother Taliban said a long time ago, man, you gotta trade them talents, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk, you know, through spirit, talking that a long time ago, you gotta trade them talents. But like I'm just laying back on what you just said, you don't want to desire another brother's lot. Because guess what? You might can't handle what that brother is handling by having that lot, man. By the Most High through Yahweh Shai, him receiving that lot, you might can't handle the things that he go through on a 24-hour period by him having that lot.
You got a lot of people that want to be Apostle Tar.
No,
they can't handle that.
You can't handle that.
You can't
man,
handle that.
sometimes somebody make a parody video about it. They'll fall, you know?
Right.
Look at everybody about that. That's just a certain level. They laugh at you. Did you remember that? Right. You know? Sight gonna be called for that.
Right.
And that's just one example.
Yeah, just making all the that's a major lot, man. Somebody got your address out there, your livelihood, and all of your information, your woman.
You the face of demonization.
Yeah, the elite know you. The elite know you, watching you, tracking you. Your responsibility is up there. You came from the old school, but a lot of people come in and they just want to jump and desire that measure. You ain't fit for that.
You ain't fit for that.
That ain't
then they break. They break, you know?
Look at ITR.
Yeah.
What they at?
Because they couldn't handle the pressure of everybody messing with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just call in the rest. No, deal with this. You know, we can't play it the way you want us to play it. No, you ask for this, we're going to give it to you like that. You want us to play it, no, put on gloves for you.
Yeah.
No, man, you ask for it, that's what you get. But real quick, you know, Yahweh Shai, you know, the brothers, John and James, the son of Zebedee, they wanted to sit on the side of the Lord, and the Lord laid it out to them. Was you willing to drink of this cup? So you got it.
Well, that's even why the Spirit had Peter to deny. Because Peter couldn't. If Peter didn't deny the Lord, he would have met the same fate as Yahweh Shai. That's why he denied him 3 times. Because it was only for the Lord to deal with that particular measure. So that's why it was set up in the Spirit for Peter to deny him. But then, why wasn't Peter charged with that transgression? But but what's the name was charged with? Judas. But not Peter. You know why? Because it wasn't imputed. That wasn't imputed on him because it was already set up in the Spirit. It was set up in the Spirit because if Peter would have got persecuted with Yahweh Shai, then he could have been up there as a savior because he died for the with him. See, but it didn't happen like that.
Can't share that glory.
Can't share that glory. That measure, that cup, was only for Yahweh Shai to drink. So it also goes like that for the rest of the body. You know, the Spirit set this brother up down here to be the head. Right. That's his measure. Right. Everybody else, you can think and look. Jake know how to make it. That's why Jake be thinking they can do it. Jake know how to make it look easy. It ain't easy.
Look good. Struggling look good. That's right.
The burden is easy and the yoke is light, but we in the flesh. Right. So at times it gets to that point. But that's why the Lord gives that responsibility to a certain spirit because they can handle it. Right. That's why the scripture say they'll have no temptation taking you. Right. Except the Lord make a way to get up out of that thing, man. Brother, paraphrase. Yeah. You know.
Quick. Shut up, y'all.
You good, brother?
Quick point. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother Taliban was saying, man. You know, Yahweh Shai was the only one that was fit to handle that, and really the Most High put that upon Yahweh Shai to handle that alone. Because remember, Yahweh Shai wanted the disciples to what? To be there with him in his time, his ultimate time of grief. You got that?
Yeah, God. This same Matthew 26, 36 said, then coming Yahushua with them into a place called Gethsemane.
Yeah, and them is what? The disciples at that time before the Spirit came upon them, before they became apostles. Go ahead.
It says, and said unto the disciples,
right.
See ye here while I go and pray yonder.
So Yahushua is really pleading with them and begging them, like, look, man, chill with me right now, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm finna go through something that I'm really asking the Most High not to put upon me, man. He was still in the flesh. That's right, the water. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead,
he took with him Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee.
Right.
And began to be sorrowful.
See, and he began to be sorrowful. So it was the ultimate sorrowful moment as Yahushua being in the flesh, as being in the man, man. You know, being lower than the angels, man. Being under time. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
It says, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy.
Yeah, began to be sorrowful and very heavy. It was his most heaviest moment, man, because Yahushua knew that he was about to die, man. Go ahead.
It says, then.
And when I said die, I mean him giving himself up for the elect of the nation of Israel, so the whole nation of Israel to be saved. That's what I mean when I say die. He gave himself up, all right, as being the sacrificial lamb. Go ahead.
It says, then said he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful.
So this is what Yahushua is saying unto the disciples, man. His soul was exceeding full sorrowful, man. All right, he was at a point that, you know, it was real heavy upon him, man. Go ahead.
It says, even unto death.
Even unto death, all right? So he was grievous even unto death, man. All right, so imagine you knowing that you were about to die, man. See, I don't think too many people out there can handle that, man. You know, knowing that you're finna die, all right? You gotta ask yourself, can you handle that? Knowing that you're finna die, and by you knowing that you're finna die, are you gonna be willing to accept that and to do it? See? All right, so this was the lot that Yahushua had to deal with. All right, go ahead.
It says, tarry ye here and watch with me.
So Yahushua is begging the disciples to be with him in his time of grieving, in his time of heaviness, man. In his ultimate time of temptation, in his ultimate time of his trial that he was going to have to go through, him coming down in the flesh. Go ahead.
It says, he went a little further.
And he went a little further, all right, meaning he went on a little small distance beyond the disciples. Go ahead.
And fell on his face.
And fell on his face.
And prayed.
And prayed. Who is he praying to? All right, Yahushua is not praying to himself, man. He's praying to his Father. That let you know that Yahweh, all right, and Yahushua is two different entities, man. This is another scripture that you know that Yahweh and Yahushua is two different entities. So he's praying to his Father. Go ahead.
It says, saying, "Oh my Father."
See? Oh Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead.
If it be possible.
If it be possible. So Yahushua is pleading to the Most High, don't put this on me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It said, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me.
Yeah, so Yahushua didn't want to go through this. Go ahead.
It said, nevertheless.
In this manner. In this manner within the flesh. All right, go ahead.
Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt.
See, that's a faithful servant, man. That's an obedient servant, knowing that regardless of how I feel, regardless of what I want, I got to obey to the Father, man. Because it's not my will that shall be done. It's the Most High's will. Go ahead.
The prophecy was that it pleased
the Most High to bruise. That's right. Isaiah 53rd chapter. That's right.
Talking about the only begotten Son of the Most High. It pleased him to bruise his only begotten Son. So what more to serve?
That's right. Isaiah 53rd chapter, man.
What more to serve?
That's right. What more to serve?
Yep.
Right.
But through the only thing is through the sacrifice of Yahushua, which what the brothers is reading and going into. Through that sacrifice, we're going to be pardoned from a lot of the stuff that Yahushua had to do, because he understood that was his cup.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That was his cup that he had to drink. But now, since Yahushua made that sacrifice, now we just got to drink our little portion of the cup, and we'll make it into the kingdom.
That's right. You know, beautiful point.
It says, verse 40. It says, and he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep.
Yeah, so he came to the disciples and found them asleep, man. And that was the spirit of the Most High. This is all a plan from the Most High, man. Remember the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Put that spirit of deep sleep upon them, man. Yep. Meaning, we don't have to keep reading, but this is the point that Yahushua was meant to go through this by himself.
Yep.
All right.
When the Romans came in on him in the Garden of Gethsemane, what happened? All of them fled.
All of them. Woo! Hey, the scripture said, smite the shepherd and the sheep shall scatter.
Yep.
And that was that instant. You got
So when the Romans came down, all of them dipped. Everybody dipped except Peter. Peter, whipped the sword out. Right. Did his thing. But then Yahushua put the ear back on. Yeah. But then as they took Yahushua, Peter was still creeping behind. Right. Then when they went into the place, I can't remember where they went. I think it was into the council. They started calling Peter out. And I was like, hold up. Yep.
That was you. Peter started cussing him.
Yep.
Hell no, I told you I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
And then he said, then the third time, he fled. Right. But then when Yahushua got crucified and came back, who was the first person he appeared to?
Right.
Peter.
Right.
And what he tell him? He said, feed my sheep.
Feed my sheep.
So he didn't come back, man. Told you, man. I knew you was gonna forsake me.
Right.
He came back and went to Peter and said, Peter, do you love me? He said, feed my sheep. Right. So this is exactly what we're doing. Hey, Yahushua like, hey, love me, feed my sheep, man. Right. Do the work, man. Right. Push the spirit out, man. That's symbolic of us showing our belief, man, our efforts.
That's it too. You made me think of something real quick. Remember that account? It was one of the accounts that said Yahushua looked back at him.
That's right. He was in the crowd. Yeah, that's right.
And it's heavy because we visualize the Lord Yahushua probably was way over there. Let's say over there across the street by that red truck right there. Right. Peter knew it. When he denied the third time, the Lord looked back at him like, told you.
He heard that.
That's in the scripture. But that's how bad the Lord is. And that's what Peter broke down. Yeah. The smirk on his face, like.
That's when he broke down.
Yeah, but it shows you how bad the Lord. And Peter got chills. You get chills just think about this.
Because it's like the Lord was so in the spirit. The Lord, that was a prophecy.
Yeah, that was a prophecy.
The Lord was such in the spirit of prophesying. He prophesied something. It's like, how did he know that? How did he know that Peter was? Hey man, it's all through the spirit. That's bad, bro.
Yeah. If we can find that.
Read that last verse.
Should be Matthew 27.
Okay, let me see if I can get
It's Matthew 26 and 40 again. Coming unto the disciples and finding them asleep, he said unto Peter, what could ye not watch with me 1 hour?
So, like I said, we ain't got to keep reading, but the point is, Most High seen fit for Yahushua to go through that by himself. All right, and there's certain things that brothers did in this truth. All right, you can't depend on another brother to be there for you. If Yahushua had to go through that by himself, but him being in the flesh, like the brother said, he was depending on his brothers, but the Most High didn't see fit for that. So it's going to be the same for us, brothers, man. Certain things we're going to have to go through by ourselves, which is your lot. And that's why you shouldn't desire the knowledge that another man have. You should desire your lot. The scripture says what? 100-fold, 60-fold, and 30-fold, man. So if you got the 30-fold, all right, the scripture says what? It exalts your office. So you exalt that 30-fold. Magnify, throw out. You know what I'm saying? Magnify your office. All right, so I got a quick precept that y'all have. Isaiah 34:16 going into the 100-fold, the 60-fold, and the 30-fold, right? Because every individual had their own lot. Isaiah 34:16 it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. Now, what is the book of the Lord? The King James Version. All right, no one of these shall fail, which is the prophecies. It says, none shall want or make, meaning you can't compare any book to the King James Version because there's no other book upon the planet that has prophecies that has came to pass, that's coming to pass, and will come to pass. It says, none shall want her mate, for my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit has gathered them. All right? It says...
can I say something real quick, too? That's a monumental feat in itself. Right. Man, Jake been trying to get together for so long, Million Man March and shit. Right. Then you get Jake at the barbecue, gonna get a shootout. Yeah. The Lord said, the spirit, this word, something that sort of this word has gathered us. Right. Oh, you remember the guy came up, the older guy came up a couple of weeks ago and said, I just stopped because I can't do my song. He was that serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? He stood out here for a minute, but that was the Lord saying, look, man, it's the spirit that gathered this word, not you and your own your own outlook, your own aspiration, under whatever banner you think.
That's true.
No, the Lord said under the banner of the word.
That's right. And it says, and the Spirit has gathered them, and that's who? The prophets, man. All right? Because the scripture said what? The Most High was not reveal his secret unto nobody else, right? The Most High shall do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right, so who is the them? The prophets, man. And the Spirit of the Lord through this book has gathered the prophets here in this end time through reincarnation. Verse 17, this is the point. And he has cast the lot for them. All right, so what's your lot? If you got the 100-fold lot, if you got the 60-fold lot, you got the 30-fold lot, this is what you got to deal with. Don't desire another man's lot. It says, and he has cast the lot for them, and his hand has divided it unto them by line. All right, so that means you got your portion, man. All right, so if you got your line, your direct connect from the true vine, all right, which the Most High set up the true vine to have branches, and if you a branch upon that true vine, all right, which is being a prophet, just exalt your portion being upon that true vine, man. Don't worry about what another man got, man. Don't worry about learn what another man knows through him teaching you, all right, but what he got, don't desire that, man, because you're not going to be able to handle those demons he's dealing with. You're not going to be able to handle those trials and tribulations that he's dealing with. See? It says, continue it up in Isaiah 34:17. It says, and his hand have divided it by line. They shall possess it forever and ever. And that's reincarnation, man. All right? It says, for generation to generation shall they dwell therein. All right? And that's reincarnation, man. That's coming back in your life, man. You know?
Real quick, we got that precept for y'all. We just wanted to bring it out. You know, we go and look back at the then we go back. Just let the scripture, let the scripture bring it out. Go ahead.
God, this is Luke chapter 22, St. Luke 22 and 59. And about the space of 1 hour after, another confidently affirmed, saying, of a truth, this fellow is with him, for he is a Galilean.
Yeah, so he denied. You know, the scripture said, he that denied me before men, I should deny before God. So the scripture tells you no, because that proves that that's Peter. And that's the sure mercy. That's the sure mercies of David. That's what the sure mercies of David kind of affected itself at that time. Because you remember, right? Remember, you can always go back and look at what he did with Bathsheba and, the Hittite. But he had already paid for a lot. He lost his son. The Lord ain't going to just put too much. He paid for that. Then he paid for count Israel, right? So when did he? That sure mercies that was told. That was going into this capital offense. Because it's written that if you deny the Son before men, so that's what the sure mercies of David kicked in. That's what that clause kicked in as Peter, man. Yep. The scripture has to say that. Whoever denied it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the Lord showing us, look, you see why it's the sure mercies of David. All right?
And Peter said, man, I know not what thou sayest.
Come on now, go ahead.
And immediately, while he yet spake, the cock crew, and the Lord turned and looked upon Peter.
Hey, but that's bad. It wasn't like he was right there with him, because it tells you Peter was a far distance off. So it was like probably a big courtyard, people all in between, 100 people between him and Peter, right? But the Lord probably was on a damn stage and looked back with a piercing look and looked right at me. That's what he did, man. And that was one of the baddest acts of Yahweh Shai right there. You know, we know.
That's how you know he was in that spirit prophecy.
That was something that you can't really explain, man.
That's tough right there.
And then Peter, Peter broke down.
Oh yeah.
It was sad. I was just telling that was a sad moment because
Peter's will was to stay with him. But that wasn't Father's will. I got a precept.
Go ahead.
It's Romans 8:1. There is now therefore no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua. You see that? So Peter wasn't condemned for that act of denial. It was set up in the spirit. That's how it was supposed to go down. So it's the same thing with the elect. That's which is why we make up the tabernacle of David if we all be hopefully elect. The tabernacle of David is that protective shield. Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, brothers are going to receive mercy. Hey, you never know. Hey, some of us may have denied Yahweh.
Oh yeah.
Some of us may have probably 12 years old throwing a rock at the Lord. Yeah. Punching him while he carries. You never know.
Yeah, that's right. Well, real quick. I did a lesson. That spirit of God did a lesson this morning dealing with mercy, right? When you go to Matthew 23rd chapter, whatever everything you're saying is true. When you go to Matthew 23rd chapter, go to the blue letter. Go to the blue letter real quick. We're going to prove what I'm saying in the spirit is true. Because you had men that was out there, no case in point, when the Lord was on the cross, it was some of the men of the elect was saying, man, get off the damn cross, you know what I mean?
That's why he said forgive them. So he wasn't talking about two.
That's what they do.
That was for the elect.
Not what they do. Right.
That was for the elect.
Man, don't tell them. The elect did a whole lot. Matter of fact, get this, and we ain't got to get it, but when you read Luke the 7th chapter,
That's it.
matter of fact, real quick, can we get something real quick too? Get Luke 7, right? And start at, I believe, 44.
7:44.
Let me see where you get it. Go ahead and read this too. You got the blue letter? Matthew 23 and 23. Click on that word mercy. Luke 7. All right, let's read this verse right here.
This same Matthew 23 and 23. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe, mint, and anise, and cumin, and have omitted the weightier things of the law. Judgment, mercy, and faith.
Now look up the word mercy.
Right. It's the word mercy in the Strong's G1656. And it says, mercy, kindness, or goodwill towards the miserable and afflicted, joining with a desire to help them.
Now hold up, that's just mercy. Now go to the second.
All right, it says of men towards men.
So this mercy is mercy when considering men towards other men. Go ahead.
It says to exercise the virtue of mercy.
Go ahead.
Show one's self merciful.
All right, now what's the next one?
All right, it says of the Most High towards men.
So that show you right there is levels of mercy. You have mercy that a man can show you, which is carnal. Then you have the mercy of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua that you can't even frame it.
Can't even frame that.
See what I'm saying? It's on another level. It ain't even of this world. Now let's read what this mercy is. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Of the Most High towards men in general, providence, the mercy and clemency of the Most High.
Now keep that word in mind, clemency. Go ahead.
In providing and offering to men salvation by Hamashiach.
Now come here. Click on that word clemency right quick. We're going to dig into this. Click on the word clemency. There you go. Now go to well. Now what does it say for clemency?
It's the word clemency on a simple Google. It says mercy, leniency.
Leniency. Now click on the word leniency. This is how you're supposed to keep digging in.
That's how you dig.
Now what does it say for leniency?
It says leniency. It says the fact or quality of being more merciful and tolerant than expected. Leniency.
The Lord says it's going to be more merciful than expected. Read that again. Okay. All right, read it again.
All right. It says the fact or quality of being more merciful or tolerant than expected.
So that means that what the brother was saying, that you're going to be forgiven for things, that's the mercy that the Lord is providing.
He didn't know what the hell he was doing. That's why he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
Then you're going to be forgiven for things in your past life, the offenses you committed in this life.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
I got to get this. Isaiah 29 and 24. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding. Listen to this. It says, Isaiah 29 and 24. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine.
Shit right there. Hey man, that's mercy right there. You murmur, you talk shit against it. Hey, this story is heavy. You had men that came up against your house shop, man. You know that the Lord's gonna have mercy. That's and it was out of ignorance, and a lot of times, like what it said.
Yeah. Hey, and that's why the greater that we are, the more humble we gotta be. Because hey, it might be somebody that a relative that says crazy stuff. At the end, might ask you for forgiveness.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? I told you, fucking ass man. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. Right. That ain't what Yahushua did. Yahushua seen all the people sick. He said he was moved with compassion. Then that's why he said, listen, man, the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers is few, man. Pray to the Father that he sent more laborers out here. Because he was just having mercy. That's why the scripture said about the Lord, what mercy endures forever.
Hey, real quick, because Hey, they let you know that starting with the apostles and the elders, man, we're not hirelings, man. All right? Because really the hireling don't have any compassion for the sheep. All right? The hireling see the wolf coming, and what is the form of the wolf, man? All right? The form of the wolf is number one. What you say it again? That's right. That's right. So the hireling see the wolf coming, and what he do to the sheep? He flees, man, not being a good shepherd, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You see what I'm saying? You see the wolf coming, and you lead the sheep. You dip, man. Claiming you a good shepherd.
That's how this guy, I think you put the video up with this guy, General Yohana. That nigga, that's it, man. That's the poster child of the hireling.
Yep, that's the poster child.
That dude just want to get heels. He get paid. The hireling,
and that's the definition of a hireling, man. You know, you're
just there for the bread.
You're there for the bread. You ain't there to saving up fruit, meat for repentance.
But there's no connection there.
There's no connection.
There's no love there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's something in us. Oh, my son, you got me.
I want to say real quick, the name for it is Judas Goat.
That's it, all.
Yeah.
Woo! Took
You
this
actually,
purse.
when you look it up, basically it's like a person who leads people to destruction, and then they skate off to the side without being touched. When you look it up, that's what it means. Judas Goat. That's what this guy, General Yohana, you know.
Straight up Judas Goat, man. You know, like the artist said, you know, you get your little paper, and that's right. That's it, huh? That's it. It goes back to Judas Iscariot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What did he do? He take the purse, man. You know, he gave up our Lord, man. All right, but hey, that's a lot of guys, man. Not that. Yeah, man. You see it? How about some y'all shot? I hope brothers can see that. It says what? Grace happens, man. See that? Man, that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit, man. Yeah, man. Hey, Howard Shot just made a point, man.
This is the spirit of Yahweh Shah. Yep, go ahead.
This is Sirach 2:18, saying we will fall into the hands of the Lord.
That's right, saying we will fall into the hands of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
And not into the hands of the men.
Oh, yeah. What you said?
Yeah. It says we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. But as his majesty is.
See, as his majesty is, as his splendor is, as his glory, his majestic ways, all right, his royal ways. Go ahead.
But as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
So is his mercy. So it's compelled. You can't. I mean, hey, you can't.
You got. You can't comprehend.
Yeah, you can't
comprehend his mercy.
No, you can't.
So that means you can't comprehend his
mercy. Right.
But you know what? Get real quick. Since you said that, Second Ezra 8 and 20. Because that breaks that down. Because if the Lord is saying his majesty and his mercy is on par with one another, then that means you can't comprehend. You can't fathom his mercy. You're going to be forgiven. That's why we're going to be weeping, man, you know.
We're going to cry hard.
We're going to cry hard. We see that the Lord forgave us for that, man.
We're going to barely make it.
Then you're going to think about the Lord and his Lord state shitting on him. You're going to see him like Joseph, you know. And he cried, you know. They cried together. Tell me how monumental that moment be with the Lord. You know, they saw Joseph poor last time they saw him, they fucked him over. Now he in this. Hey, that messed with your psyche. This dude, the warrior now, he got the power to shit on you, but he have mercy on you. Man, that's gonna, man, what the Lord got cooking, man. You know, we can't really fathom it, man. We can't grasp it. Our mind can't wrap around. Oh, the scripture say that eyes have never seen. The Lord have prepared. Brothers look at that like that's just only dealing with the shine. No, that's dealing with just existence. You're feeling it. You ain't never experienced what you're gonna experience when you. That ain't gonna be like me. One of the you ain't gonna. Your eyes, your ears, your heart, your mind, your being is not gonna ever. You ain't got to be experienced with before you meet up with your house. You got to.
Just laying back on what the big brother Tasha Warren said, you're going to barely make it, man. The Apostle Hall went into a beautiful lesson, man, about deliverance, man. And what deliverance mean, man? Hey, really escaping by the skin of your teeth, man. You know what I'm saying?
When they say the righteous shall be scarcely saved.
I'll to the right of my mouth. The righteous scarcely shall be saved, man. So, hey, man, in the midst of total destruction, in the midst of chaos, man, all right, we like Apostle Hunt said, man, we thinking, oh, Lord, you finna kill me. All right, but really, you're gonna be boom. You're gonna be saved in the midst of that, man. 200 million missiles dropping. A missile just dropped in Tuscaloosa.
Right.
A missile just dropped in Atlanta. All right, and down in Macon, Georgia, a missile dropped. But in Atlanta, you seeing like, damn, I'm feeling the motherfucking effects. Yeah. And you thinking like, damn, I'm finna die. But really, you finna be saved like that.
Yeah.
You gotta, you got
I think when you look up that word scarcely in that particular verse, I think it says almost not.
See that?
See, make it by like the brother's going into. You may actually see the missile coming. And say, you know, you being up into a chariot, man. Like literally making it by the skin of your teeth, man. And that's heavy because we always say that the truth is like a movie. So it's all about, you know, we talked about that before, about, you know, how movies are like thrillers.
Right.
You know, hey, that's a crazy ending to a movie. You know, to basically just make it by the skin of your teeth, man. You know?
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, and verse 18. And it reads, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right, so I'm going to look up this word scarcely. All right, in the Strong's G 3433, it says more less. All right, and the definition says Salakia. All right, and the definition says with difficulty, hardly. Just like the big brother just said, hardly. Not easily, i.e. scarcely, very rarely.
Very rare, bro.
By
the skin of our teeth.
By the skin of your teeth.
That's what's going to... See, when we experience salvation, when we experience being translated over in the spirit, we're going to understand mercy, bro. You know, like right now, you know, we see through a glass darkness. But when you experience a salvation, it might be a surreal feeling, man. It might feel like something you never felt. Getting your body, your spirit extracted from one body, placed into another body.
Come on,
then being filled with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The body itself that we're gonna get, we're gonna be like. That's when we're gonna understand mercy, bro. When we break this fucking shell right here. You know, because right now we can't break this shit. If we could, we would. But you can't go to sleep and not wake up. I don't give a damn how hard you sleep. Your ass gonna wake up. You can't escape this thing, man. You know? So you trapped in this shit, man. And then you can't go kill yourself. But that's all. So it's like you literally stuck. So when we're able to inherit incorruption, that's when we really gonna understand what mercy is, bro. That's why, man. That's why we gotta wait. We don't fully know the mercy of the Lord yet. We can't proceed.
We can't even really fathom what the kingdom is.
Which is gonna be full of mercy.
It's not like we're gonna say like, okay, let's go back. No.
Yep. Listen to this. This fire, bro. Psalms 145:8. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger and great of mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. His mercy is over everything he created. Like his mercy is better than the Niagara Falls and the 7 wonders of the world. And, it's greater than all of his works, man. Because it's gonna be everlasting. It's gonna be forever, man. Ever and you can't even comprehend forever. You know, that's comparable to the mercy of the Lord. I even go a little deeper. Esau, after he served in slavery and get cut off, he's still gonna come back in the other nations and live in the proper order. Even though he got to get a harder ass one, the Lord still is going. He's gonna have mercy on the heathens later on in the kingdom, man. They're going to be under the elect, but everything is going to be put in its proper order through mercy. Because if Yahweh Shema was just to come back now and just eradicate the whole world for everything that he did, then how will his name live on? Right. But through the mercies of the Lord, his name is going to live on forever. Right. That's why the scriptures say what? Mercy rejoicing over judgment. Right. Because through the mercy, we're gonna be able to keep his name going. But if he would just wipe us out,
like the scripture says, in thy wrath, remember that mercy. Let me get something real quick too. That proves that Matter of fact, get this real quick.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 16 and 11. And if there be one stiff-necked among the people, he is a marvel if he escape unpunished.
So if you escape unpunished, that means you should marvel at it, so that's a beautiful work. You know what I mean?
It says, for mercy and wrath are with him.
Mercy and wrath are with him. Right?
He is mighty to forgive and to pour out his blessing.
Right, so that's
I got something. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and verse 20. It says, "For if thou didst punish the enemies of thy children and condemn them to death with such deliberation, giving them time and place whereby they might be delivered from their malice, with how much great circumspection did thou judge thine own sons? And unto whoso..." So like, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and verse 20. It says, "For if thou didst punish the enemies of thy children and the condemned to death with such deliberation, giving them time and place whereby they might be delivered from their malice, with how great circumspection did thou judge thine own sons, unto whose fathers thou hast sworn and made covenants of good promises. Therefore, whereas thou dost chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy." Yep. So the Lord said, if he judged the enemies of us, which is the other people, the 2/3, with great circumspection, hoping that they will be delivered from their malice, he said, then how much more with great circumspection do I judge you? He says, to the intent that when you judge, and when you're in a situation where you got to make a judgment call, or when you in need of mercy, you can think about the mercy I had on you. That's what the Lord is saying right there, man. So we, us being the ambassadors of the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, you got to remember what in the scriptures, the throne of Yahweh is also known as the throne of grace, the throne of mercy. That's what it's called.
I think that's Psalm 89.
It's in Hebrews too.
Yeah, but Hebrews.
Does it say let us go boldly before the throne of grace?
No.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 23. It says, "But thou hast mercy upon all, for thou canst do all things, and winkest at the sins of men, because they should amend."
Yeah. Hey, you see, it say the Lord wink at it, meaning he turned a blind eye to it. Yeah. Certain things we do, hey, we all go off one way or another. Yeah. But the Lord will wink at it. That's dealing with the mercies of the Lord. So if the Lord is not going to have mercy on you this go round, then that means you got to be judged, man. Because it's a balance. It's a balance. You're going to have those that's going to be an example of mercy, and then you're going to have those that are going to be an example of judgment, man. Okay? So we living in times where the Yahweh Bashim Shai is about to show great wonders and glory, man. Okay? So that mercy has to be understood, man. That's why we pray. That's why we ask for forgiveness. Right, hey, man, it's going down, baby. But that gives us a better understanding of mercy, man. That gives us a better understanding of how we should carry ourselves when we dealing with each other. Dealing with brothers. Oh, as a matter of fact, the scriptures say, "Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong." Meaning that just because a brother might slip up or do this and do that, don't hang that over his head forever, man. You correct him and you keep it moving, man. Because we all slip up, man. None of us perfect. We all done did things and we still do things, man. Crazy thoughts. Okay.
Oh, it's two ladies in the clap. Stay white.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Yeah, man. So hey, man, we living in the time of great mercy, man. Where the Lord is going to cover a multitude of people just by grace, man. Okay.
And then that's heavy because mercy can't be on display unless it really wraps the destruction.
Yep.
So really, what's mercy without judgment?
That's They go hand in hand because then you're going to have those that are going to be an example of mercy and those that are going to be an example of justice. You know?
So like you said, brother, we're in a time of great mercy, you know? So why we're in a time of great mercy? Because this is the time of great wrath. Great.
Yeah, this is Habakkuk chapter 3 and 2. Oh Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. Oh Lord, Yahweh Shai, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath. Remember mercy.
So that's the only time you really need mercy to be remembered, you know? In the time of wrath.
Man, sometimes we do things with the Lord's anger is kindled, man.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when you start getting chastised. You're like, Lord, take me through it. But then that's when you're supposed to examine yourself. Like, what am I doing? You know, like, Lord, please, forgive me if I did something. You know, because you gotta look at that, man. Man, I'm under the rain.
The prudent man look well to his going.
Yep, the prudent man look well to it. That's one of your favorite scriptures.
Yep.
You know, so you know when you get up under that scope, under that radar like that, you gotta start taking a look into yourself. Because all the time I'm gonna tell you how Yahweh Bashim Shai work. Sometimes you be doing things that you really don't even know you're going off. But he wants you to look. He wants you to do a deep look into yourself to see exactly what it is that you're doing.
See what you're doing. You don't want to sit here and wait. You want to see it.
Yeah, then you be like, you know what? Better yet, you don't want to look. Make you look. Give me that goddamn car. You know, let me get that girl. You know, let me tag that head. You know, I do that. You know, then you get your infirmary, see if you gonna goddamn clean up your diet. Since you don't know what you're doing wrong, no, I hit your kidney. You know, so you can look at yourself.
Maybe I'm drinking cranberry.
Yeah. That's how you get on point.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Hello.
That's how you get on point, man. Hey, if you a fearful brother, you know you're easily shaken. The Lord will put you in certain situations that'll shake you up. But then, just as soon as he shake you up, he deliver you out of it to show you ain't got to be that scared. I'm with you. You know, near-death car accident. Like, oh shit. Then next thing you know, ain't nothing happened. Like, it gives you a level of trust, and that's what the Lord is trying to deliver to us, bro. Get your mind right, man. But at times, you know, Yahweh Bashim Shai ain't gonna FaceTime you and say, "Hey, bro, you gotta do this. You gotta stop eating Cheetos, bro. You gotta stop eating these foods, or you gotta stop doing this. You gotta stop doing that." He creates scenarios, and then you have to use the knowledge that you have of the scriptures to overcome that scenario. That's how you grow. That's how you build. You know the scripture in Hebrews, it says, "Therefore, no chastening of the present moment seemeth to be joyous, but it says it's grievous. But it says it yieldeth forth the peaceable fruits of righteousness." Man. You know, so this is what the Lord is doing, man, and it's all through mercy. You know, He's like, "I'm gonna take you through something, but I ain't gonna kill you." You know,
that's why the scripture says real quick, the Lord is a wonderful counselor, because that's how teaching is best to experience. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you ever see that movie Hitman? Bruce Lee's training. Yeah, it's on Netflix. They got like a 3-part. Oh, you gotta see that. But this the guy, man, bro, you gonna love that, bro. It's called Ip Man. I give you the. I put you on that. But basically, this guy, he trained Bruce Lee. Yep. But in that particular martial arts, and that I think it's Wing Chun. Wing Chun. You know, the best way to learn it is through adversity. So you got to get taken through a course. You know, in order for you to utilize that skill set. You will never know how to do a fadeaway if you don't pick up a basketball. You got to go out there. And that's why the Lord take us through certain things, trials, tribulations, heartbreaks. You know, new relationships, old relationships, children, fucking jobs. You know, infirmities, mental distractions, things bothering you internally. These are all the things that's bringing forth that skill, so you can be fine. The Lord took, you know.
Romans 5, right? All right, let's
This is the bread, brother.
This is the book of Romans. Book of Romans chapter 5. I'm gonna start at 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most
have mercy on you, but you better believe I'm gonna have mercy on you. See that? That's how the Lord do it. I'm gonna have mercy on you, but you better believe. Yep. Just like you tell your son, like, I'm gonna get you this PlayStation, but you better believe next time you fuck up, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, you better believe.
You better believe. I'm gonna do this for you, but you need to believe this. So the Lord's saying, I'm gonna have mercy on you, but you better believe I'm gonna have mercy on you. Because if you don't believe I ain't gonna have mercy on you, I'm not gonna have mercy on you.
That's so heavy.
You know?
That's the power you're dealing with.
That's the access point. That's the access point, man. Believe it. You know?
It says, and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High.
Rejoice, man. Rejoice that you have hope. You know the name. You connected with the brothers. You laboring. You know, you doing 2-3 videos a day. You know what I'm saying? You paying your tithes. You know, you keeping the law to the best of your ability. You know, you abstaining from all appearance of evil. Have hope. I mean, rejoice in your hope, bro. Don't be ashamed to be happy, man, in the spirit. The Lord wants us to. The Lord won't have mercy on us, man. Yeah, man. You know, hey, yeah, that, you know, it's like, hey.
The Lord said he'll not put out a flickering flame.
Can I bring one of your favorite scriptures out? Put on as the elect.
Put it on.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? One of your favorite scriptures.
Yeah.
Put on as the elect.
And meaning, hey, because Scripture say, you know, we dare not make ourselves of that number. But I tell you what we can do. We can act.
You can emulate.
You can emulate.
Well, that goes to like, you know, like the scripture where it gives you the vivid illustration of the kingdom going into the kingdom, that path. That's what you're pretty much doing. You emulate those who's ahead of you.
Yep.
In ahead of you.
That's right.
So you emulate. If
you want to be of the elect, before you can be the elect, you need to act like it. If you want to play in the NBA, you need to act like you want to play in the NBA. You know, if you will play in the NFL, you need to act like it, man.
You get that rebound like Robin, it might get dribbled.
You need to act like it, man.
Throw your hand up.
So basically, that's what the Lord said. He's like, hey, look, man, put on as the elect, meaning act like it, man. Walk in that light, man. Don't be scared to shine that light, man. You know, hey, you know, when you out and about and you moving around throughout Babylon, man, we're supposed to be filled with light. Wherever, any establishment we go in, the people we work with, they supposed to be like, man, you know what, that guy, man, that's a good guy, man. Because remember, the scripture say sound speech that cannot be condemned will make him that is contrary say that he have no evil against you, man. So if you carry yourself in that light and you walk in that path of righteousness, bro, you moving as the elect. You moving as the elect. And the Lord wants us to act. He wants us to act like we are the elect. But don't make yourself for that number because you get ahead of yourself.
You're right. That's boasting, you know. That's woo. Teaching the Torah. Because at that point you ain't showing fear like, man, you know, you don't know what the hell lies ahead.
And you gotta keep that healthy dose of fear. Because with that healthy dose of fear, that's what makes us secure. So when you start getting beside yourself, you start thinking, and the thoughts pop in your mind. It happens, but guess what?
At the numbers,
who else could it be? Then you start thinking. But then you gotta catch yourself.
Trust me, some always catch you.
You gotta catch yourself because you can't let that take root. You gotta be like, nah, but you know what? Hey, at the end, it's gonna be manifest who is the way. I'm gonna just do my part. I'm gonna just do my part and hope. That's why the scripture said, rejoice in that house, man. You know,
that's what we've been reduced to. Like prisoners and people. But being a prisoner means you can't escape that. Like, so that's what we. Even if you think that you almost free from that, no, run right back in.
Yep. Let the Lord have mercy, man. And through that mercy, we're going to inherit incorruption. And when you look into the word incorruption, it means deathlessness. You know, we're going to get bodies that's not. It's not even going to be capable to perish unless the Lord does. You know, that's the type of incorruption we're going to inherit. We're going to inherit a level of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's incomprehensible right now. The working of the elements. Matter of fact, could you do something for me, bro? Get that Isaiah 11. I think it's about verse 8. This is, bro, the hopeful elect is about to be established as a pillar on the planet Earth, man. Okay? There's going to be a clear distinction between average regular Israelite and 144,000 men. You know, you got that, bro?
Yeah, this Isaiah 11 and 8, it said, if the suckling child...
Matter of fact, let me see something. 6, get verse 6.
Oh, I think you're talking about Habakkuk 2.
I think Habakkuk, what it say it's going to be as the seed.
Yeah, that's Habakkuk 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it.
Yeah. But
it's another one too, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's another one too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check.
Because you know what? It gets crazy to what the author was saying earlier. He says it's going to come to a point where they're going to be able to debate.
Yep.
You don't know that who the man of the Lord is. By default, they're going to translate to you know who the Lord is.
Yeah.
Trust me, the Lord ain't shying away from attention, man. The Lord all about, I mean, I don't want to say this stunting, you know, but the Lord about his glory, man.
He about that glory.
He just right now bound by the prophecy. He just, this is the time where the Lord is hidden, you know, but guess what? The Lord is going to be thrust out there to the public. Everybody's going to know who he is.
He's going to get that shine.
Yeah, he's going to get his shine.
Hey, I want the Lord to get his shine.
Come on, man. Yahweh Shai deserves his shine, too, man.
Man, when the Lord get his shine, man, that's, hey, we gonna be so happy that the Lord gonna get his respect, man. And the whole world disrespecting our Lord and Savior, man. Right. Everybody disrespecting him, man. Including his people, man. Nobody's taking it. Nobody is taking him into account. Nobody's giving him any credence, any reverence, any respect. Everybody just do what they want to do. They shit on him, man. So when the Lord get his glory, that's when things gonna get back right, man. That's what we want. We want the Lord to shine, man. This is kingdom.
Well, that's a form of praise, acknowledging somebody. Like somebody in the room, here it is. You done did everything for me. You stand in the room and I don't even acknowledge you. What's the, oh, no, it was a cartoon. Remember, it was a cartoon, I think it was damn Family Guy or something. But the dude kept saying, he was going to call up the guy, he said, I want to thank one more person. But he thought, I believe,
Hey, boy, Family Guy, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, yeah. Remember that? It was somebody wrote, it was a book or something. Oh, Peter wrote the book or something. Yeah. He kept saying, I want to thank this person. He was forgetting the main person.
Yeah. Main person.
Then the dude in the crowd, wait, no, I know, surely. So he has one more person. He didn't thank just the regular damn pharmacy guy or something. He was just thanking everybody over the main guy, man. Yeah, because that's part of the, that's why Yahweh Shai would go into my place until they acknowledge their sin. So acknowledging the Lord is a part of, acknowledging the Lord is a part of praising him.
I got that scripture too.
You got it? Okay, yeah, you got it.
I got it, bro. It's Isaiah 11:9.
Okay, right.
It says, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. And we know that the earth is made up of what, 70% water? So just as the earth is full of water, so the knowledge of the Lord is going to be filled in the earth. Because the Lord is going to give that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to his elect. You know, and to Israel. Israel going to be on the level, man. You know? So that's the time that we coming in, man. We dealing in the translation of kingdoms. As one fall, we see another rise. So we see Babylon the Great falling. That don't mean we falling. We gonna come up. As this place is going down, the Lord is going to bring us up. He's going to beautify us in the sight of the nations, man. You know, that's the times. That's why I say we're going to be clothed in the white garments. Yeah. Talking about the righteousness. How is righteousness revealed? From faith to faith, like we went into, man. So as brothers continue to come up on the level, the Lord is going to glorify his holy name through his chosen. That's why I say, I will get thee fame in the land where it was said unto them, where ye are not my people. They say they shall grab hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you. We heard that the Lord is with you. A man shall be as a shadow in a weary land. And who you think we're going to be giving the credit to? How about Shai? That's how his name gets magnified, man. His name was magnified through who? Moses. Because he did what? He did great and wonderful things in the sight of the nations. And because he did those things, word traveled, man.
Well, you know what? Let's get Joshua. Woo! That's exactly what we're talking about. You have a king, don't have to, it's not the classiest thing, if I'm going to use the best trust word, for a king to promote itself. The king always have what they call it, forerunners and heralds and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, that's it. Well, that's why when you go into King Solomon didn't go out there and tell everybody, hey, look, I'm King Solomon, look what I got. You want to get that too? Well, yeah. But that don't want Joshua 9 too. But the word of King Solomon was stretched through other guys. It was like, hey man, you got to hear about this dude, Solomon. But that's the Lord set up us to push forth the glory of the glory. You know? Then he's going to come up with that exclamation point. Like, see, I told you. And that what happened with the queen when she asked the king. She said, oh, I have only heard half You know?
She finally seen it. She was blown away.
Yeah, because we can't even express the glory that's coming, you know? We just give you just, you know, what you can.
You want that Joshua 9?
Look at that Joshua 9, because the brother said about
okay, Con.
Moses.
Yeah, this Joshua 9 and 9. It said, and they said unto him, from a very far country, thy servants are come, because of the name of the Lord thy power.
See that name, go ahead.
For we have heard the fame of him,
See?
and all that he did in Egypt.
Right, so that's what the brother was saying.
Yep.
That he set up Moses so that fame could come.
Yep.
Because notice how bad the Lord is. Really, the power of the Lord was kind of dormant at that time. Nobody didn't really know about how about Shema. That was like a private, that was a personal setting. You know, he was dealing with his people. People didn't know that, you know, you stumbled because it was like, you know what I mean?
They heard about, you know, the flood, but they couldn't put people to the power that did it. You know, because after that, what happened? The nations were divided. Okay, through Shem, Ham, and Japheth, people went into different lands, and then, you know, through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob came forth, the children of Israel. Then they had to go to Egypt. You know, so he wasn't originally known as the God of Israel. Okay, because he had to establish the people of Israel first, and then that's how his name was established when he protected and guided the Israelites out of Egypt. That's when he became known as the God of Israel. But before that, he wasn't known as the God of Israel. He was known as the terrible power, the Al-Shaddai, because the only thing that people had to go on was he flooded the earth.
Yeah.
That's how people knew. But then when the Lord chose the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, through Isaac, the seed was called. Then he took the seed, moved them into Egypt, set them up, and then delivered them out of Egypt. That's when he became known as the God of the children of Israel. Because that's when the fame grew throughout the land. That's when you had, you know, the development of other nations, and they knew that who the Israelites were. They knew all them, the Jews, God's people.
Watch out, 14.
Yep.
14 chapter.
So this is what so now we're dealing in the time. We're dealing in the time now. Majority of the people out here, they don't know we Israelites.
Right on.
So what is the Lord going to do?
Right on.
He's going to show them that these are my people through power, man. Through manifestation of power. He's going to do wonderful things and great things in the earth before America is destroyed to declare and show the people of this world that these are the Israelites and I'm their God.
Well, that's in the same time. Because we just read right there. We read, you know, in Joshua, what it said, he said, we heard the fame of him and all he did in Egypt. But like the brother saying, this legacy is going to continue right here in America, the new Egypt. That's in St. John 12:28, I think.
Oh, yeah, glorify thy name. Yeah. This is St. John 12:28. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it.
Meaning what? Back in Egypt, he glorified it.
Right.
Go ahead.
And will glorify it again.
Now, when is that going to happen? We in that time. We're in the transition.
Right.
We're in that phase. We're stumbling into that phase now.
Yeah, because it had to be what? It had to be a great falling away first.
Yep.
And as the children of Israel fell off, that means his name left too. So now,
the scripture said, my name, I put my name within them.
Yep. But Israel have surnamed them by thee in Isaiah 44.
Right. Yep.
But see, now that the Lord did, he basically just recreated another appearance. By making him, that's why he was, at one point in time, he was called the unknown God.
Yep.
You know, because the invisible power. So because a lot of people aren't privy to us being the Israelites, to Yahweh Bashim Awashai, none of these things, he's going to do it by way of great power that's going to be greater than Egypt. The power that's getting ready to come. We talking about any day now, man. We ain't talking about, 30 years from now.
You got to wait till taken down again.
Right.
Go back to captivity.
We living in a time where Yahweh Bashim Awashai is about to manifest great heavenly power on the planet Earth through his men. That's how his name gonna get magnified, man. That's how his name gonna get glorified, man. Okay? So we coming into some real pivotal spiritual times to increase in that faith, man. Because that power is gonna rest upon the faith, man. So, you want to wrap up? Yeah, so with that, hey man, brothers, Spirit had it where these brothers welcome us out here. So, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Hopefully that was an edifying camp, and may Yahweh Bashim Awashai be with you elect brothers and sisters. that's on the comment board, man. Keep fighting, stay faithful. You know, all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakah. All right, double honors once again to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.
Ball. To you monsters and you demons. Fucking slime ball. And I told the brother.
God was making us look, his shoe was squinching.
So it was.